All right, guys, welcome to my segment where I am going to showcase my personal website. This is a part of my playlist on Squarespace websites that I've designed, and I wanted to show off my own personal one today. I am a multimedia specialist, and I have started a company called JWMP, and it like bread and butter, website building, and drone imaging / photography. As you can see on the homepage right now, I've got a video of some shots I took from St. Louis. These were all using my drones. And I just I guess we'll just get into it right now. But my main purpose for this site, and I'm speaking from both the client and the designer side. So my main purpose was I wanted to showcase my content on here. Video, audio, and everything in between. Audio, we'll get back to that later, but photography, and everything in between, right? So didn't want to put a whole lot of words, just really wanted to showcase the images, the video, and the photography for the most part. But so I've got this video that I created right immediately on the landing page to show people some of the video work that I've done. And then from there, I have a little bit of an about statement, but just lets people know immediately what JWMP is. This is the solution side of the company, so this is the business side. I'm a content creator in general, and I do things for personal reasons, but I also have this side of the business, which is the side where I help other entrepreneurs and small businesses and companies create content for their brands. But also a little bit of a design feature right here. Squarespace offers these cool divider options where you can put a color in between the two sections, and you can adjust the width of it, but this was a designer's choice. Here's the video, and it's kind of like a pointed down arrow, or like at the end of a banner or ribbon. So it kind of just leads it into the next section, which, might go unnoticed for most, but as far as the design and the flow of the site, I thought that was pretty important, a pretty important feature to have featured here. So. Then from there, we go straight into the services. So currently offering two main services. Like I said, bread and butter, aerial imaging, and photography. I could do this in my sleep. So these are the two that I really wanted to emphasize, the last several years as I've been growing my business. And we can go ahead and we'll click on these ones in a second, but I'm just showing you the flow of the homepage for right now. And then from there, I wanted to showcase a sample gallery, right? So when people, especially in today's society, there's like a very short span of attention that people have when it gets onto websites or other applications. So you want to keep people on your page as much as possible. And for some people who just want to look, services is like, hey, I don't really need a service. They might get off of this page, or might be getting off soon because of a simple word like services. Believe it or not, stuff like that happens, unconsciously, whether or not you're aware of it or not. But it's like little things like that. So you want to try and keep them on there and combat and make it robust. And so I put some stunning images that I captured, just like miscellaneous stuff, just to say, hey, you don't have to click and navigate. We'll just keep you right here and show you some of the images. So hey, maybe you will want to click and see some more of my portfolio and see some more of my work and what I've been able to do. And so I put that right here, right after these two services. And because I am a business, the services was important to put first, but this just shows on the homepage, hey, here's a little sample of the shots that I've produced. And then again, we've got that divider that points down to the aerial videos. So this section right here was showcasing this, and then this section right here is going to be showcased by this. Just a sample. 2 videos here. This was a recreational video. I did this for fun when I was at the park one day. Shot the Highlands Golf Course. It's an awesome 9-hole course on the east side of the park and very fun to play. Par 5, but it's like you can see all the trees and the forest around it. Like it loops through all of those trees, and it's pretty private, and you can kind of you can go there after work, before work, on your off day. Definitely recommend checking out the golf courses at Forest Park. This other video was my first commercial audio visual project. So this was a video compilation of the recreational facility called the Center in Clayton, Missouri. I shot this using my drones. I took pictures for their marketing and their website, and I also created the soundtrack behind this. So this was a really, really cool project. And you can check that out. I'll let you check that on your own time, but you can go to my YouTube. I've got 24 subscribers right now. Shout out to you all. You can watch this on YouTube, and you can click here actually on this page to go to the YouTube section. So that's pretty much it as far as content. And then the last thing I have on my homepage, and I typically try and do this unless it's like a specific thing they want, but on the landing page, I tend to always put a contact us, because it's like, okay, after you've seen it, you know, it's cool to be able to embed stuff into websites because it gives you options to like organize things better. But the majority of people, whether it be consciously or you know, unconsciously, like don't want to click through a bunch of stuff. They would rather just see it right there and just scroll. So that's why I think it's important to kind of have your homepage be an overview of your entire brand, business, you know, whatever it is. You know, you want to keep them there on the homepage as much as possible, and have them go from top to bottom. And then, because that gives you like more of a chance for them to click through your website and actually check out your work in depthly. So yeah, I've got this at the bottom. After you get done viewing all of this, you're like, hey, I really like this. I've got some work, some ideas. I've got some work. I've got this or that. You can go ahead and contact me right here. Yeah, we've got consultations. If you're thinking about starting a business, if you're thinking about, you know, building a brand or whatever, or you just need services for something like an event photo shoot, or you've got property, real estate, things like that, you can select the service here, give me a message, send me your email and name, and then submit it. It'll come directly to me. And yeah, this is my email right here. If you just, you know, want to send a general inquiry or a message about something, you can contact me through this. I've got my social medias linked here at the bottom in the footer, as well as up here at the top. And I think the only other two, I told you we would go check these two out. So I've got 1, 2, 3 buttons here, 4. Let's go ahead and open them up in a separate tab. So we'll go in order. How about that? We'll do the portfolios at the end, and then we'll do the videos at the very end. Okay, so the first page we're gonna visit is this aerial imaging page. So this is the section where I put my drone work. Now I've got to update this page. These are just 2 videos I put here when I first designed this business side of the site. So I've got more, but this is it. So the cool thing about this, just to show you, is again, I wanted to keep it simple and just really have it be about the videos. This left side, Squarespace has a cool thing where you can put categories. It's like its own sub navigation menu, but you can add these categories to any video you upload, and then it'll filter it, right? So I can click this, and any other videos with this category will pop up, and that just makes it easy. Let's see if we can click into it. Yep, there we go. So when you click into one, it'll give you a blurb about it. You have an option for a title. I just put, so this is from 2000. Oh, the music's from 2019. Okay. But yeah, this is like the video page in general. So it's got the suggestions like you might see on YouTube. Obviously, with more videos, they'll line up here down at the bottom. And yeah, why don't we go back though? So that's that. And then the next one, so I said photography, right? So this is going to be the photography service. Now, again, I cannot stress this enough. I really wanted this to just be about the content, the imaging, and the photography. So that was the imaging. Here's the photography. No words, just straight images. Just a collection of some of my best images that I've been able to capture. Everything from structures to cityscapes to nature to museum artifacts to animals to just personal miscellaneous photos that I've taken over the year. I've got Chicago, Alaska, New York, restaurants you see down here. Where else? Oh yeah, the Met, the St. Louis Art Museum. I've got the Botanical Gardens here in St. Louis. So yeah, that's that. No words. Just like, hey, if you love these images, boom, straight into the footer. Contact me here, or you can just go back to the home page, scroll to the bottom, send me a message, right? And the home page, again, last thing about the home page, it's not too long, right? Like, it's just very simple. Obviously, with the more services I have, I'm going to be introducing more services here pretty soon. Like I said, I've got to update this with my newer content and things, but yeah, just very simple. About, snippet, services section, sample gallery for one of the services, sample gallery for the other one, contact page. Very, very simple. Okay, so this right here, view all portfolios. Let's go ahead and check that out over here on this tab. So this is really cool because I've got this embedded because I've got a lot of content, right? So I've got architecture and cityscapes, nature and wildlife, food and beverage, and then this one was really, really cool. So this was the North American eclipse. I think it was called the Great North American Eclipse in 2024. Why don't we go ahead and check this one out? So yeah, you can embed all these in this. So this is just straight eclipse photos. And I've got more, I think, but these were some of the better ones. Man, it doesn't even look real. Like this one right. This is, yeah. And what's cool about the Squarespace, it's like a mouthful. The Squarespace portfolios, Squarespace features is that they have these navigation things, arrows on the side, where you can just go through. What they call this a light box. When you click into a photo, it pops it up, and you can just stay here and navigate instead of having to go back, which makes it really, really cool. That one's cool. I think the cloud had just went past the eclipse at that point. So then, yeah, this is all that is, right? So we're at the end. This is the very last portfolio or collection in this portfolio. So again, Squarespace has this feature where it'll tell you the title of the previous collection, and you can click into it. And as you see, we've got all sorts of, well, I guess it's only 6. I gotta update this one too. I've got more food and beverage photos, but yeah. And yeah, you see the North American Eclipse collection over here to the right. We've got nature and wildlife. Now this is my, like, I've got most of my photos and content, at least from a static standpoint, are of nature and wildlife. It's just very easy to shoot. Like, you can go out and do it by yourself. It's not a whole lot of movement. Yeah. Anybody into or thinking about trying photography out, I suggest getting into nature photography first, unless you like things moving and you really know you like things moving like sports. yeah, this is like super easy to kind of get into. Let's go to architecture and cityscapes. So yeah, these are just images of my architecture and cityscape shots and buildings and structures and things like that. This is the one that's featured on the sample gallery. This one's really cool. Going to New York was like one of my favorite trips just because it's a big city, so there's a lot of buildings like this, and the way the streets are laid out, like any given street, you could be standing on one and you could look and there's buildings that lead up to it, and then it's like its own composition in real life. Like this is the focal point, you know it's the focal point. This is what it looked like when I was standing there in person. And yeah, I mean, like this right here, there's another one that is, oh yeah, this one at the very end. Like, and then even the green stripes, it just leads up to it. So it's like, yeah. Got some of the bridge work down here. Okay. So yeah, that was the all portfolio section, which I think is really cool also about Squarespace, because you can see I don't have any links in my header or footer. And again, that's just because I want to focus it really on the business. But if you love art and you want to see more of my work, like it's there. And I think that's something cool about this too, is like it's almost like for the ones that want to actually, you know, for the lovers of art, it's there for you to see. You just got to go find it, you know, put that effort in there. So again, I like Squarespace for being able to do all of that. And then the last one was just the commercial work. So this is my YouTube page, and it's got just different videos I've done that have commercial aspects into it. Like this one has a foundation here, PNC Bank for the Forest Park balloon race. You know, Forest Park, like I said, for the Highlands Golf Course, and then these two are just ones I did on my own. But I've got to update some of the stuff for new content, like I was saying. But yeah, this is the showcase of my personal site. If you're interested in having a website built or designed, please send me a contact message. You can go to my website, JWMP.solutions, and send me one through here, or you can email me at contact@jwmp.solutions. And yeah, I'd love to hear more about your vision and how I can help out. But yeah, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And if you got any questions, send me a message. Otherwise, God bless y'all.